AITA for blowing up on my girlfriend after therapy backfired? So, here's the backstory. My girlfriend Emma, 27F, and I, 28M, have been together for about 6 years. And for the most part, it's been smooth sailing, like we're that couple everyone says, wow, they just work together. We barely ever fought. Our communication was pretty spot on, and I genuinely thought we were on the same page in life. But this past year, I don't know, things started to shift. Not anything drastic, but you know how it is. Small arguments here and there, miscommunication popping up out of nowhere, and this underlying feeling that something wasn't clicking anymore. At first, I thought it was just the usual relationship stuff that comes with time. Normal wear and tear, right? But Emma seemed more worried about it than I was. She started saying I wasn't listening enough or wasn't as emotionally available as I used to be. I'll admit, work has been crazy for me, but I didn't think it was affecting us that much. I thought we were still in a good place. But Emma insisted something needed to change. Then, about 6 months ago, she suggested we try couples therapy. Now, let me just say, I'm not against therapy. I think it's great for people who need it. But to me, therapy is something you do when things are bad, not just when you're having minor issues. Still, I wanted to make sure Emma felt heard, so I agreed to give it a try. She was really excited about this therapist she found through a friend, Lily. I didn't know much about her, but Emma seemed confident, so I went along with it. The first few sessions were fine, I guess. Lily asked a lot of questions, helped us communicate a bit better, and gave us some exercises to work on between sessions. I was doing my best to stay open and make improvements, but something fell off. Every time I brought up my side of things, Lily would always somehow circle the conversation back to how I needed to change, how I wasn't giving Emma enough emotional support, or how I wasn't communicating well enough. I figured maybe I was being sensitive, but it didn't stop there. Emma started quoting Lily all the time. Lily thinks you should do this, or Lily says you need to work on that. It was like my every move was being analyzed and judged by this woman I barely knew. And it wasn't like Lily was giving Emma the same level of critique. Every session seemed like an exercise in pointing out all the ways I was messing up. I tried to push through, thinking that maybe I needed to be more self-aware. But I couldn't shake the feeling that this therapist was, intentionally or not, driving a wedge between Emma and me. I even started to wonder, am I really that bad of a boyfriend? Maybe therapy was exposing things I didn't want to see about myself. Everything came to a head during one particular session. We were discussing our recent arguments, and Lily dropped a bombshell. Maybe it would be healthy for you two to take a break so I could focus on working on myself. That was like a punch to the gut. I had been bending over backward to improve, and now she was suggesting we split up? I looked over at Emma, expecting her to disagree or at least be shocked, but she just sat there, quietly nodding along. That was it for me. When we got home, I couldn't hold it in any longer. I blew up. I told Emma that I didn't trust Lily, that it felt like she was just feeding Emma reasons to put all the blame on me. Emma got defensive, of course. She said I was overreacting, that Lily was just trying to help us communicate better, and that I was missing the point. We didn't talk for a couple of days after that, and I started second-guessing myself. Maybe I was overreacting? Maybe Lily was just doing her job, and I was the one too caught up in my own defensiveness to see the bigger picture. But then everything changed. A week later, we were at a mutual friend's house party, just hanging out. Emma was off in the corner chatting with her friend Sarah. I wasn't really paying attention until I heard something that caught my ear. They were giggling about something, and I overheard Sarah say, "I still can't believe you've pulled this off for so long. Does he really think she's an actual therapist?" I felt my stomach drop. I immediately went over to them and asked what they were talking about. Emma's face went pale. Sarah quickly tried to backtrack, but the truth spilled out. Turns out, Lily isn't a therapist at all. She's just one of Emma's old friends from college. Emma had set this whole thing up because she thought I wouldn't agree to therapy otherwise. The idea was that Lily would pretend to be a therapist and help us work through our issues without me knowing. They figured that with Lily acting as the therapist, they could guide me into becoming a better boyfriend. I was completely stunned. For months, I had been spilling my heart out to someone who wasn't even remotely qualified to help me. All the times, I felt like Lily was unfairly siding with Emma. That was exactly what was happening. Emma had orchestrated this whole charade because she thought it would be easier to fix me than to actually talk to me about what was bothering her. After the truth came out, I couldn't look at Emma the same way. I felt betrayed on a level I can't even describe. All those sessions, all those conversations, all the times I was trying to work on myself, it was all based on a lie. I confronted Emma, and she broke down, crying, saying she never meant to hurt me. She said she just wanted to help our relationship, that she thought this would be a way to improve things without making it feel too confrontational. I was furious. I told her that what she did wasn't just a mistake, it was manipulation. I had trusted her, and she had violated that trust in one of the worst ways possible. We argued for hours, and in the end, she said she was sorry, but she didn't seem to really understand the gravity of what she had done. Now, Emma and some of our mutual friends are saying I overreacted. They're trying to downplay it, calling it a white lie that was meant to help our relationship. but I feel like I've been gaslit for months. Every time I brought up my concerns in therapy, I was dismissed, all because Emma wanted to control the narrative. So, Reddit, am I the jerk here? Was I wrong for blowing up at Emma after finding out our entire therapy experience was a fraud? I feel like I've been completely betrayed, but now everyone's telling me I'm overreacting. I really don't know how to process this. What do you think?